I'd like to spend a little time talking about a library called libmatoya. It's a dependency for Phaze, and we've put a lot of work into it over the years. So another library that's similar to it that you may have heard of is SDL. It's a cross-platform application development library. This is the library that you would use to handle creating your window and reading the input and managing mouse input, keyboard input, full screen transitions, rendering, right? Rendering the screen, right? And all the timing that's associated with it, frame rates and everything. And SDL and solutions like it that exist are very good. And in no way during this conversation would I want to imply it's inadequate for a general purpose use case, because it's not. It's a fabulous library. It's good for many things. But for the specific needs of something like Phaze, where there's these transitions, right? You're going from your local device to a remote device, and the input has to pass through in a very specific way. A keystroke locally needs to be represented remotely, but it can't do things locally, right? Or else that might pop up a window in front of your remote session. Transitions from things like absolute to relative mouse mode. What that means is if you've ever been playing a first-person shooter, right? Or something where the mouse turns the camera, right? Where the mouse usually disappears and you're rotating something or you're rotating your viewpoint. That's relative mouse mode. That means that you can move the mouse around infinitely in any direction and things continue to rotate. The desktop, where you actually see the pointer, that's absolute mouse mode. Right, that means that the mouse is using a coordinate system. It's in one spot at any given time, and you can see where it is. Those transitions are notoriously difficult to handle when you have to sync up a local device that's going through those transitions with a remote device that also needs to match, right, what you're seeing with latency, right? It's an inherently asynchronous process where things can change remotely or locally at any time, and you just need to sync those up properly. And so we wanted the control to handle that stuff in a very fine-grained way. And so we put a lot of work into libmatoya. And just as an aside, the name comes from the original Final Fantasy game. If anyone's a fan of that series, the very first cave you go into in the game after you cross that little bridge is called Matoya's Cave. Matoya is a witch who also appeared in Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of viewers are probably more familiar with now. But yeah, that's totally arbitrary in every other way, but a little nod to some of our hobbies outside of Phaze. So libmatoya is in line with sort of the way we do everything, which is to identify what causes the pain in this experience and drill down as deep as we need to solve the problem. So if there's a dependency that holds us back, where we don't have the control we need, we'll build it, or we'll go as deep as we need to solve the problem, right? Because if the goal is to create a perfect experience, then you have no other choice but to go deeper and look for a lower level dependency or build your own. And when it comes to libmatoya specifically, that a lot of the pain was in that area, right? When you're talking about a multi-monitor setup where you need to remember where each screen will go when connecting from a client to a remote device, and then putting everything back the way it was after the stream is done. It interacts heavily with the OS, and we just needed control over that to make it really good. I think that's all I have to say about that. It's like Forrest Gump. Yeah.